Welcome to your favorite show. It is your favorite, right? Pink and Purple. My name is Temi Pida. So today on the show, I have a very amazing, powerful, and very beautiful woman. She is Stella Nkomo, who is Marketing and Public Relations Manager at the ZITF. Welcome to the show, Stella.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Stella, behind every successful woman, there's a story. Tell us yours.
The story behind Stella Nkomo is a story of a girl from Kezi who was born and bred there and raised by a widow. You know, my mother had nothing to her credit in terms of resources except the dedication and the zeal and vigor to see her children become something in life.
Right.
So she challenged us day and night to work hard and to be masters of our own destiny. So despite the fact that my background was not that rosy,
Yes.
I knew I had to work hard to change my destiny, to change the story of my life. You know, we didn't have so much resources, but we had a committed mother. We had a visionary who challenged us, who said, you know what, this is all that I can give you as a mother,
Yes.
but there is more that you can give to yourself by working hard at school. So even though she didn't have the money, she would work hard, do all manual jobs to make sure that all of us, my brothers included, we go to school. By the way, I went to boarding schools and then finally at NAS. So for me, it was looking at my mother, this woman who ordinarily is not supposed to be raising these children because she doesn't have a husband, she doesn't have a proper job, but she doesn't allow that define what she's going to give her children. So that challenged me to work harder and harder at school. And I knew I had to pass, not just average, but pass with flying colors, because any mistake, my mother could say, look, I'm a widow, so you can find something to do. But I knew that I had to make it hard for my mom not to wake up and look for money for me to go to school. So that is the story of Stella, the story of hard work, the story of diligence, the story of discipline. And I must say that I have few friends and a lot of mentors, people who speak to my life, people who challenge me, people who tell me that there is more to life than what your background gives you.
Yes. Beautiful. I mean, look at you now. Because of hard work and diligence, you are here.
Yeah, of course. But I believe I haven't arrived. You know, life is not a journey. It's not, so life is not a destination. It's a journey. A journey.
Yes.
Every day you have to set new targets for yourself. And when you achieve those targets, you don't sit and bask in that glory. You say, what more can I do? And more than anything else, I think I'm at a stage in my life where I don't have those inward looking goals where I want to be this, I want to achieve that. It's now about impacting the next person to say, probably there is a story that I can tell somebody to change their destination, to change their destiny, to say that maybe my voice, maybe by merely looking at me, a young girl there from Kezi, from Zarabane, can say, I can also make it. The sky is the limit.
Yes. They'll definitely look up to you. So Stella, what are your passions?
My passion really is about mentoring young women. My journey hasn't been very rosy, like I told you. There wasn't anyone in my family to look up to. I'm a trendsetter within my family, so there wasn't anyone that I would say, I want to be like Auntie so and so. So I believe there are so many young women out there who are like that. All they know is that I want to pass, but they don't know that after passing, after getting those distinctions, after getting this job, what next? So I want to be that person that young women can go to and say, Stella, this is who I want to be. Show me the journey. These are the challenges that I face. How can I overcome them? That is my passion. I'm also passionate about assisting the less privileged people. I think that has got to do with my background. You know, life sometimes doesn't present you with opportunities that other people have. I discovered that even as I was having this journey up to where I am. So you need that person that you can go to and open up and trust them. So I believe I have to be that kind of a sister that somebody didn't have. I have to be proud that kind of a mother that a young child there didn't have. So I have to be that place where somebody can go to when they are in trouble. especially women,
young
because
women.
I have a soft spot for women.
All right, interesting story. Viewers, you are watching Pink and Purple, and I'm here with Stella. We'll take a short break and we'll continue after these messages. Welcome back to the show. You're watching Pink and Purple, and I'm here in studio with Stella Nkomo. Stella, you mentioned earlier that growing up, you believed in creating opportunities for yourself, and not because you were not presented with everything in life. How can young women create opportunities for themselves?
The start for a young woman to create an opportunity for themselves is to discover who they are, and also to know who they want to be. I think if you are clear about your vision, about who you want to be in life, it becomes easier to locate the opportunities for yourself. But more than anything else, I'm not a person who believes in, I can't do this if someone else is doing it. So if your vision is to be this kind of a person as a young person, that is the start of that journey. So it doesn't matter the circumstances that are around you. All that you need to do is to identify people who can then give you more about that kind of a person that you want to be. You want to be in business. Look for somebody who's doing very well in business. You want to be a professional woman. Look for somebody who's doing very well in terms of that profession.
Field,
and then get to hear about their views. I believe there is no limit to what a dedicated young woman can do. I think there lies an untapped potential. People believe women are shy. People believe women are not go-getters. But I don't believe that. I believe we haven't been challenged. We haven't had those women that we can look up to and say, but she had the same background like me. She comes from the same village, from the same township, but I can do more. That is all that is missing, besides the resources, besides the background. I think what is missing is that zeal and vigor to be that kind of a person that you see in the next 20 years. I want to be that kind of a person.
All right, interesting. So one of your passions also is grooming and etiquette. Why is it important now in the corporate world or amongst young women?
Your image is your biggest asset that you have. Right now, the kind of Stella that you have in your picture all comes from the image that I have presented to you. So speaking to young women, I always say to them, you know what? You don't have an opportunity to rehearse first impressions. If you walk into my office, if you walk into so and so's office, the first 5 seconds, they would have created an impression about you. So how do you imprint a positive image? Is taking good care of yourself, being well-mannered, knowing how to carry yourself as a professional woman, as a businesswoman. You know, they say that your image is like weather, only noticeable when it is extremely bad or it is extremely good. So you don't want anything like that. You want people to respect you. Your image also goes forward to contribute to your personal branding as a person. Brand you is essential. Before people can buy your ideas, before people can buy anything that you are selling, they first of all buy you. And how do they buy you? They buy this image that you are projecting as a person. So grooming and etiquette is at the core of my heart, because I believe you have to present the best of yourself all the time. It doesn't matter whether you're in the office. It doesn't matter you're in a supermarket. It doesn't matter whether you're in a sport field. Carry yourself the way that you want people to appreciate you.
All right, interesting. So, Stella, looking at the corporate world that you're in, for example, these days we have a lot of, let me say us, slay queens, where I get into maybe an interview, I'm wearing high-heeled shoes, I have red nails, does that also count for my image whilst I'm trying to look good at it?
Before you can go for an interview, you first of all need to understand, what do they demand? You are a slay queen, but you're going for an interview where they're looking for an executive. Do people need a slay queen or they need an executive? So you have to understand the nature of the environment that you want to be part and parcel of. Probably there are some environments which can be accommodated which can accommodate you as a slave queen. But the majority of the professional environments where they emphasize brains more than your beauty, they emphasize, you know, your ideas more than how you look like. I don't think you need to dress in a manner that will make them doubt that there's something up there.
You mentioned also earlier that you were brought up by a widow.
Yes.
And how do we groom the generation now? Because your generation, my generation, and the one after me were all different generations, right?
Yes.
And your mom taught you a lot of things. Yes. But this particular generation now, how do we groom them?
I think what we need to do is to tell this generation to go back to basics.
All right.
I think this generation believes in instant gratification.
Yes.
They watch so many movies, they're on social media. They don't understand most of the times the story behind what they see that is nice there.
Yes.
They think it was just like that.
Yes, easy.
They don't believe in hard work. They don't believe that success is a process. It is not an event.
Yes.
And they also don't believe in the fact that you've got to play your part.
Yes.
Nothing is handed on a silver platter.
Yes.
I think we need to have so many sessions with these young people where we tell them the real world.
Yes.
That's why probably the majority of them, they end up being disappointed because what they presume is the real life. When they get to the workplace, they discover it is a totally different environment.
Yes, totally.
No one is looking at you with that eye that you are so and so from so and so. Everyone is saying, what are you bringing on the table? Are you disciplined?
Yes.
Are you a hard worker?
Yes.
What values are you bringing? What problems are you solving?
Yeah.
Is this generation solving problems? Are they solving problems?
Yes.
Because all those people that they admire, they are people who are solving problems.
Who are
they are
working
people
hard.
who are working hard
Yes.
in their different fields. So we need to challenge the generation to go back to basics.
Yes.
Basics of hard work, dedication, discipline, and commitment.
All right, that's awesome. And how are you impacting the lives of young people now, young women particularly?
Yeah, I like I said, I mentor young women in church, in the business world, and even at my workplace. And in the beginning of the year, something significant happened. One of my colleagues came to me and she said, I see you are always surrounded with young women who are asking you, Stella, how did you get to this? Why don't you have a coordinated mentorship program that targets probably university girls, Christian university girls who are about to go to the world, but they have no idea what more lies ahead. All
them,
they know is that they want to get a job and a salary. But we are saying there is more to life than getting a job and a salary. So I've started an organization, Jewels and Pebbles, that I believe is going to be useful in making the young women, preparing them for the real world out there, to say that as a woman, we want more women leaders.
Yes,
we want
definitely
women that are inspirational. It is good to have a corner office, to drive a nice car, to have some money. But look, life demands
a lot. Yes. Okay. Very informative and insightful conversation we had there with Stella. We'll take a short break. Join us after these messages. Welcome back to Pink and Purple. I'm here with Stella and we're going to play a little game, Stella. You're going to pick a question from this basket and hand it over to me. And I will read it to you. What is heavier, 2 kilograms of feathers or 2 kilograms of gold?
It's all 2 kilograms.
Yes. Feathers and gold. What's heavier?
I believe if it's 2 kilograms of feathers and it's 2 kilograms of gold, they're all the same.
Isn't gold heavier?
It is. But if you
they're both. Okay.
Another one.
Yes, another one. They're going to pick 100 questions.
Oh.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten, and how was the experience?
The weirdest thing that I've ever eaten, I had visited my uncle in Kokwe, and it was during the rainy season, and they had harvested some nice little flies called...
flies?
What do they call? Izinhlwa.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So they prepared them. My aunt prepared them, and it was my first time to eat them.
And what did it taste like?
I thought they were nice.
All right.
Yeah. So
you would eat them again?
Given an option,
yes,
I would.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I've never tasted them. I don't think I could swallow. What is the most embarrassing thing that you've done in public?
I'm not sure whether I did it, but what I know is that 3 years ago, we were doing some tours with some dignitaries, and I fell. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I
Did
fell.
anyone help you up, laugh at you?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you feel?
I felt so awkward, but the dignitary was very assuring, so at least I felt better. Okay. But it was really embarrassing. Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you were to get 3 words to describe yourself, what would they be? Diligent, disciplined, and an excellent woman. That's amazing. I agree. I totally agree. Thank you. Okay. Interesting game, right? Yeah, it seems. Your worst experience in a plane? My worst experience in a plane, we were coming from Botswana flying into South Africa, and it was very stormy. We were flying in this small little plane, and it was very bumpy. Okay. Naturally, I don't like flying. Okay. Given a choice, I would opt for the road because of that. So it was really bumpy. We were not even served with breakfast, and it was really scary. But the only reassuring thing was to see the air hostesses smiling and telling everyone that everything is okay. Down. But I suspect when I got off that plane, I had lost about 2 kilograms because of the pressure that I experienced in that plane. Okay. I can imagine. You'll be thinking, if anything happens during the air, what do? You can't jump out of the plane. You see? Yeah. And it's the end of you, you know, just like that. Yeah. Okay. Do you prefer clean-shaven men or bearded men? Clean-shaven men. Why? I don't know, but I think it speaks to my being a grooming and etiquette person. I was going to say the same, that any clean-shaven man. It just comes naturally for me to tilt towards that kind of a person. All right. But these days, men are all about the beard gang. Well, for some, but not for me, definitely. Okay, definitely not you. Yes. All right. If you were being chased by a dog, would you climb a tree or jump into a pool? Most probably I'll climb a tree. I'm not good in pools. With swimming. I don't think I would have assisted myself anyhow by jumping into a pool. Okay. Probably I'll end up drowning. So I think I'll climb. All right. Yeah. One last question. This one says, if you could lecture your child using Bible verses, what would they be? I'll most probably go to the story of Esther. All right. The story of favor and grace. And also being able to see that this is your time. I like Esther because most of the times it reminds me that everything has got a shelf life. Right. And when you are given an opportunity, use it wisely. And more than anything else, is a story of unmerited favor, story of grace, story of God doing what He does best all the time. Yeah. Outclassing everyone and making you just say, wow, it can only be God. You know, Esther was just an orphan girl staying with her auntie, and she was chosen by the king. And her story changed just like that. Yeah. So as a Christian woman, That's what you'd
that's what I would tell my child.
Can I be your daughter?
Of course, you can be.
That was so fun, Stella.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on to the show. Your last words to young people out there, what do you want to tell them?
What I want to tell young people out there is that please claim your space.
Yes.
The world is waiting for you. In you, there lies great potential.
Yes.
You only need to exploit it and give it to the world. Remember, the sky is the limit, with 3 Ds and an E. Discipline, diligence, dedication, and excellence in everything that you do in life.
All right, beautiful words. It was so lovely having you onto the show, and thank you once again for coming.
My pleasure, ma'am.
Viewers, you heard it for yourselves. Claim your space, and let's continue to work hard and be diligent in whatsoever we do. This is Pink and Purple, and from me, Tembi Pidar, and the crew behind the scenes, it's goodbye.
You know, when you wake up with a smile on your face for no apparent reason, when your heart is just full of love for each and every person, don't you just love that feeling of pure contentment? You just gotta love, just love that feeling. You just gotta love it. You just gotta love it. You just gotta love this feeling. You just gotta love it. You just gotta love it. You just gotta love this feeling. Yeah, I'm feeling good, yeah, I'm feeling nice, yeah. Just go down, do a little dance, yeah. Just go down, do a little dance, yeah. Bambi collies and the pencil, Bambi collies and the pencil. I got no worries,